I think you probably know everybody, but we got Jerome Dupree here, Morphine drummer. Russ Gershon, first guy to sign Morphine and Accurate Distortion. Phil Davidson, Morphine sound man here, right? And of course, the man who needs no introduction, Dana Colley, saxophone.
I've always strived to try to find a way to put the saxophone in a setting that was contemporary to what I was listening to, I guess you might say. And so I'm sort of a frustrated guitar player more than that's.
Let me add that he's way too modest, but I think he's one of the like 2 or 3 most innovative rock saxophone players ever since that genre was defined. For my friends, beers. I'm serious, because can never tell with you. I mean, we all know the sort of saxophone sound that comes out of R&B before that, the Junior Walker, King Curtis sound, and that is the defining sound of rock sax, and the big man with Bruce Springsteen sort of extended it. But Dana really approaches it completely differently, and Mark, with his band concept, really gave him the room to do that. So we're all lucky to have experienced that.
One of the things I'm most proud of is how timeless the music is, and that's nothing you can try to do on purpose. But you play Morphine for someone now, if they've never heard it, they're either going to like it or they won't, but there's nothing particularly dated about it. And I think that's the beauty. I don't know if the youth of today don't ask me, but I'm too old to be asked about the youth.
Any chance I get to turn a young person onto Morphine, the band. Oh, sorry. They take to it, and they get addicted. Now they're just amazed at this music, and they're like, when was this recorded? And what's in the band? There's sax, drums, what? And but always received well. And I think this is exactly what youth of today needs. So
there's a young person up there. What do you think? Okay, there you have it. So.
Yeah, can I actually speak to that real quick? If you look back at other records during that time, they have a lot of like synthesizers and a lot of different stuff but Morphine's music, I think, stands pure. And also, I will say that there is younger kids are coming up to me. We've been on, this is our, I think, 7th film festival, but they come up to you and they say, I didn't know a thing about them, but I saw the film and I'm totally turned on. I'm telling all my friends. So there is a little groundswell building there.
Nothing in terms of touring. We don't have a booking agent. We don't have a manager. We do it all ourselves, a totally grassroots thing. We take it sort of one offer at a time. It has to be a healthy offer in order for 3 guys to get off their couches and travel, and come home with some bread in their pockets. So we're a little bit more particular about what we're doing. We're not as driven to get into a van and drive across the country and come home with nothing. So we have to be a little bit more strategic.
We tried twice going out in a van to the Midwest, and it was miserable. We can do really well in New Orleans because Jeremy used to live there, and the people down there come out and really support the band. So I always say that we can play Cambridge, we can play New Orleans, or we have to cross an ocean. We've had much better luck going to South America and Europe. We've been to Sao Paulo, Brazil twice, and Argentina and Chile. and it's nuts. I mean, people just come out, young kids come out. It's insane. We get to go, at least for me, who never went through it in the first place, I get to be a rock star for, 4 days and then come home and nobody cares.
Okay,
That's good.
you want to hear a story about Jerome the rock star? Okay.
No.
We were in Brazil, and a young lady came up to Jerome and asked Jerome for his autograph, and she presented her forearm for him to sign with a Sharpie. That happens all the time, right? Okay. We came back, 6 months later, and the same fan, the same lady, came up to Jerome and said, "Look, I had it tattooed."
Wow.
And
I didn't know that story. That's great.
had Jerome's signature tattooed on her forearm. So
Yeah. Give him that's great. Come on.
So there's hope. There's hope.
I can say I had Martha Quinn sign my arm one time in Texas when I was a kid. Thank God I didn't get a tattoo. It's all good. And one other quick thing I wanted to say, that they did the van thing. That didn't work. So now their bus is the Greyhound of the Skies, Southwest Airlines. They fly around.
And Jerome, I just want to make sure you check against identity theft in South America too before you.
Believe me, it wasn't a signature. It was, I was trying to print because her arm was shaking so bad, and the Sharpie somebody had given me was gigantic. So script was out of the question, so I was trying to print, and it came out looking like the bottom of a check. It was like this little hieroglyphic, but I told her, at least you saw me do it, so you know what it is, but I don't think you could read it.
You shouldn't have put the routing number on though. That's
That's right.